Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Shadow Clan. We are back in 2016, and we are going to start off the year with our double video. Today, we are going to be doing our top 20 most disappointing Pokemon. Now, this is a combination of my top 10 and his top 10. We figured it'd just be easier to do one big top 20 list instead of doing two separate lists for once. So, let's jump into it.
Now, hold on. We're basing this off of Pokemon that we have raised. This has been something I've been seeing a lot through other PokeTubers and stuff like that for the past few weeks. A lot of them do it based on stats and how they look. Now, we're basing this on Pokemon that we have raised in-game. Not necessarily for competitive battling. These are Pokemon we've used in-game and didn't live up to how they look. If they look like they're going to kick butt and they don't, or so forth and so on. Once again, these are Pokemon we raised in-game, but we felt were very disappointing. So.
Yeah, and stats might be some part of it, but it's not the main. It's not the main.
It's basically, if we raised it and we thought it sucked.
We had high hopes and they got flattened.
Yep, big time.
Okay, so I guess now I'm allowed to jump into it. Number 20 is Linoone. Now, the reason that Linoone actually made the list is because both of us love Furret. I actually built a team around a Baton Pass Furret, and he absolutely hates it because every single time I use it, I beat him, and it drives him nuts. So we were both expecting Linoone to have a very similar style of battle play as Furret, and we were sorely disappointed when it did not live up to that expectation. And I know it is its own Pokemon, but for a starting normal type, it's not up to standard, at least not in my opinion. It's a lot weaker, its moveset is kind of meh, and it was just an overall disappointment. I mean, it looks cute, but that's about the only good thing this Pokemon has going for it.
Well, its best stat is speed.
Yeah, and its speed. It's got decent speed, but you know, if you have really high speed but you can't hit very hard, people aren't gonna like you that much.
Number 20 for me.
Also, our number 19.
Yeah, or whatever. My number 10, I guess I should say, is Mothim. I put Mothim on here. I like bug Pokemon. I always have. Ever since Gen 1, one of the very first Pokemon I had in my party was Butterfree. And I've raised pretty much every single bug that they've ever come out with. And for the most part, most of the bugs have lived up to what I expect. I mean, they're not fabulous in battle, but they're not terrible either. The movesets are decent, especially in the status category or whatever. Mothim, I thought I didn't get any of those. I don't even remember what the moveset it got. Like, seriously. It was just very disappointing. I remember trying to get it to evolve into a Mothim with a hassle, too. And I think you have to get a Burmy, and then
has to be a male Burmy. You think it evolves at level 20
into a
Mothim.
Yeah, it's weird. Just finding a male Burmy is a pain in the A. Oh, it's a pain. Yeah, Mothim was not it was disappointing, and that's it. I like my bugs, so I thought it would be about average is what your bug is to me. They're about average. But Mothim just stunk. Never raising it again. So.
And then appearance-wise, for me, it was actually kind of disappointing, because it looked like it was going to be really cool. It looked like it was actually going to be one of the better bugs, and it just kind of...
Well, with the wing design, it looked like it might actually be somewhat fast, because they gave it kind of the narrow wing design, and it wasn't even fast. It was just... Yeah, bad design, bad moveset, not again, no.
At least in our opinion, it's not worth the effort. Number 18 is Floatzel. Now, this one, I thought Weasel was kind of cute, and what's a big part of it, though, is that this particular generation, we've discovered there aren't very many Pokemon that we like in this generation anyway.
No.
But Floatzel, for me, was actually one of the most disappointing Pokemon. I caught a Weasel the first time I played through. I don't think it evolved until I was on the way to Sunyshore. It took that long to evolve. I don't know if it was just the method I was using or whatnot, or it could also be the fact that it was constantly dying. Freaking defense was ridiculous. I finally got Floatzel, and I took on another Floatzel that was in the wild in that patch of grass right after the resort area. I took on another Floatzel, and I think it was 2-3 hits, and my Floatzel was dead. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I just got this thing to evolve, and it can't even take a couple hits. I think I used it in Sunny Shores Gym, but once it fainted after the first freaking person I took on, it stayed fainted. I didn't even bother to revive it, and as soon as that battle was done, I went and I boxed it. I was so disappointed because I thought Weasel looked really cute, and even though it wasn't all that great, I was thinking, okay, God, this thing has got to improve when it evolves. For me, it didn't. I mean, I figure maybe I just got a really, really bad nature or whatnot, but it stunk, and I have not raised one since.
Yeah, I might have had the same. I did the exact same thing.
Really?
Thing. First water type,
that's
I
bad.
started with Chimchar. First water type I taught to do with Chimchar was Weasel. Oh my God, it was took forever to evolve the damn thing.
Oh,
Here's my French. And then you get it to evolve and it still sucks. And the moveset's not even that good. What's his best move? Aqua Jet?
I think
Come
so,
on.
and that speed priority, but that is it.
Yeah,
oh
no,
my,
crappy.
nah, not worth it.
Not worth it. Alright, number 17. As you might know by now, grass is probably my favorite overall type. I love grass Pokemon. Most of the grass starters I enjoy raising. So, when I adopted this Pokemon in X and Y, and I taught it and raised it, I was very disappointed. Dodotes. I thought the design for this thing was decent. A dope Pokemon. I thought its physical attack would be somewhat decent. I thought his defenses might be decent. This thing was crappy.
That's his opinion.
Like I said, she liked it.
I loved
don't
mine.
understand it. Maybe mine. Like I said, maybe I got a bad nature with mine.
Entirely possible.
It sucked. It died all the time. All the time. It got. Wow, what the heck did I get swept by that one time? That really
Something
ticked me off.
ridiculous.
It was something
Ridiculous.
weak. It was something I should have had the type advantage over, and it whooped me. And it was the
Pretty
slowest leveler up on my team. By the time I got to Elite 4, it was like 20 levels below everybody else. It was just very disappointing. Like I said, I love my grass Pokemon, but this thing is so bad, I'm never raising one ever again.
I've raised one twice.
I
Personally,
won't
like
even,
Go-Go.
I'll catch one, and I'll catch the pre-evolution form, but if someone asks me to raise one to breed, no. I won't even evolve it to breed it. No. Never. Ever again. It's going to be box fodder. That's it.
It'll be Wonder Trade fodder,
I'm
basically.
Done. Yeah. Don't go. This is such trash.
That's his opinion. It actually made the list because as we said earlier, this is actually two separate lists. For me, Go-Go would not have made it because I happen to like Go-Go, and I don't like grass types, so for me, that's saying something.
God.
But number 16 is Unpheasant. Okay, I gotta say I'm usually not a huge flying type fan. I'm more neutral towards them, I guess. I first caught a Pidove, and I was like, okay, it's kind of cute. Pidove's stats were actually pretty decent. Then it evolved into Tranquil, and I'm thinking, okay, well, that's an interesting transition there. Tranquil learned nothing but status moves, which I hate. I don't like using Pokemon that only learn status
the only
moves.
physical moves it learns is Aerial is.
Yeah, something like that. But then it evolved into Unpheasant, and I'm like, okay, we got improvement. Boy, was I wrong. I was really hoping that it would actually be kind of like the Pidgeot line, which in my opinion is one of the best lines of bird Pokemon ever.
The best.
It's not just because it's Gen 1, it's because it's got, the level up is really good for that particular line, and the movesets are really good. I was hoping Unpheasant was going to kind of go back to that original Gen 1 line idea that really worked. I was sorely disappointed. In my opinion, Pidove is the best out of that line, and even then, it's not that great.
Oh, it's good for defense, and that's the thing.
It's deep in. I don't know if it's like statistically speaking if it's correct, but both of us have raised multiple Pidoves into multiple Unpheasants every single time. Every single time, Unpheasant always seems to have half the defense that the same level Pidove would have had. I think there was once where I actually went through Black and White and I kept my Pidove as a Pidove. I swear it did better than when I had it fully evolved as an Unpheasant. I really think that their defense, if it can't actually drop, it stays at the freaking lowest level. Unpheasant can kind of hit, but it sure as heck cannot take one.
Yeah, and birds aren't really known for defense. We understand that,
But this is
but
ridiculous.
like I said, it's the weakest one in the line. The pit of, okay, the baby has better
best defense
defensive
than the
stats
adults.
than the adult, and that's why
It's
it's
sad.
on this list. It's very disappointing.
Yeah, so
Ugh.
yeah, unpheasant. Maybe I'll try it again. Most likely not.
Yeah. Number 15, once again, I'm going back to my bugs. I'm going all the way back to
bugs.
Gen 2 here. And when I first saw the design of this thing, I was actually kind of excited. It looks like a badass. Ledyon. Alright? It looks like it has armor on, it's got its little fists out there, it's ready to brawl, right? And this thing, once again, it doesn't learn crap. And when it does learn something, its stats don't really seem to improve. Its defense is terrible. Like I said, I know it's a bug, okay. But like I said, I know what a bug is supposed to be and how it. This thing wasn't even close. It was slow. Its attacks weren't very good. I don't think I learned any status move, which is kind of necessary for a bug. You kind of have to have
At least one.
something
You know?
like Confuse Ray or a powder move, something. I don't think Ledyon learns any of those. It was not worth raising. I mean, even Ladybug. Yeah, Ladybug's cute. That's about all it's got going for it. At least
Yep.
Ledyon looked pretty cool, but it just looked. It's not worth raising. I've even tried to raise one. I think I raised one in X not too long ago, and it's not worth raising to me.
Now, me, I can't really say too much on Ledyon. The only time that I raised one was in Pokemon XD Gala Darkness. Once I had that thing purified, though, in the box it stayed. it was, nah. I used that one for purification fodder. I just was not impressed. I was actually very disappointed with it myself. And I didn't even use it in one of the classic games. I used it in a spin-off game, and I was
not
still
very good.
disappointed. It was just it was saddening. It was very disappointing.
Basically, if you're into bug Pokemon, there's so many other bugs that you can use. Stay away from Ledyon.
Number 14, and this is kind of going back to that that first normal type that you run into. Number 14 is Stoutland. Looks like a boss. It looked like it was going to be so impressive. It looked like it was going to have great defense, a decent attack, maybe not so great speed, and it just kind of face down in the ground
If you
kind
can
of
even
thing.
get your Herdier to evolve.
Yeah, that was for me.
Ugh.
That was definitely one of the worst things. And from Lillipup to Herdier, not too bad. Herdier to Stoutland. When are you going to evolve? Will you hurry it up? Level Up was a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. It took a lot longer than I was expecting it to, especially for that first normal type that you catch. I mean, you usually expect it to be somewhat easy to get through all 2 or 3 stages, depending on how many it has. And honest to God, okay, I hate Watchog. I am flat out saying I hate Watchog. I will raise a Watchog over a Stoutland. Stoutland was that bad.
Isn't that, wait a minute, Jeff, that's the only generation where they had 2 starting normal types, isn't it?
I am not sure. I'm actually have to go back and research that.
I think that
I think you might be right though.
Plus, you're supposed to have 1 regular normal type and a bird. This one had 2 normal types and a bird.
Well, yeah, but on the first route, yeah, because first route is usually normal bird. This one it was normal, and then bird didn't come in until later.
Yeah, it's normal dark and Jeff. That's weird.
Yeah, that is. Either way. But yeah, either way, Stoutland was just so disappointing. It took so long to get it to evolve. Its stats, in my opinion, were kind of mediocre for its overall appearance.
Now, its
it looked
attack stat is
decent,
fairly good.
but its
Attack stat is good.
But it looks like it's going to be a defensive
Yeah.
wall, and it's it's a defensive wall. It's a glass wall, but it's still
Well,
a
it's
wall.
funny because when we're
But
saying
it's-
even worse
oh,
though,
man.
at least for me, is like when you fight wild Herdiers, or if you find someone else that has one,
Or a Stoutland in this
you
case.
hit it and it doesn't do shit.
But then
And
they
if
hit yours.
and yours dies.
It's like,
So it's
ugh.
like, okay, I hit yours with a fighting move and it's got maybe 50% left. You hit mine with a fighting move and mine's dead. It's weird.
ridiculous.
I don't
and
understand it.
I actually think Gen 5 was really kind of bad about that though, because there are
in Gen 5.
There really are. It's like, you see them being raised by the NPCs, and they're really boss, they're really awesome, and then you go to raise one yourself, and you're just so disappointed because the Pokemon that you catch are not living up to the expectations that the NPCs provide, and you're really disappointed. And Stoutland was Stoutland was a victim of this, because you take it on against all these NPCs, and it's a boss, and then you raise one yourself, and it's nothing in comparison. I think I was actually beyond disappointed with this one. I thought it had a lot going for it, and it just kind of face planted in the dirt, excuse me.
Well, we're sticking to the first normal type here, number 13. And we're not ragging on the first normal types. I think the first 2 generations, they nailed it perfectly.
Yeah, Gen 1 and Gen 2 did really well.
This one is Diggersby. Diggersby. Okay? Let me say it again. Diggersby. This thing is crap.
I haven't raised one, so I actually can't give any input
all the way
on
around.
this one.
Okay, I think the best thing it has going for it is the attack stat is fairly decent. Moveset is trappy. The normal ground typing you'd think would be very good, but it sucks. It just didn't work. Its design is freaking probably one of the ugliest Pokemon ever.
Yeah, I'll agree with that actually. And then its call.
Ugh.
I think that's
what the hell is up with that? I mean, it sounds like it's birth or something. It's freaking weird.
Either that or it sounds like it's trying to throw something up. It's just the weirdest kind of almost nauseating call.
I don't know what Game Freak was thinking when they made this damn thing. It's not good, okay? So if you're playing Gen 6, stay away from this crappy Pokemon, okay? It's not worth it by any means. Yeah, stay away from Diggersby.
And once again, it's also kind of a victim of that whole NPC over-exaggeration
not really,
thing.
though, because when you fight them, they're not really that bad. The only way they're bad is you fight against them if you have one that outspeeds you.
Yeah.
But if you have one that doesn't outspeed you, you can take them down relatively easily.
Yeah, but there's that one hiker that has one, and that one's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, don't raise them.
Yeah.
Okay, don't suck it.
Not good, not good.
No.
Number 12 is Staraptor. And once again, we were hoping, because of the appearance of Starly, Staravia, and Staraptor, when I first saw these ones, once again, I was hoping for something similar to the Pidgeot line. I got something that was closer to the Unpheasant line. Pretty much I actually have a few more issues with this one, because at least with the Unpheasant line, I was disappointed, but not as much because of the appearance. With Staraptor, I was thinking that it was going to be a boss. I was really looking forward to raising one. I was thinking this could be
mine into a Staraptor.
Yeah, he never. I don't think he ever actually raised a Staraptor. He raised up to a Staravia.
I got into a Staraptor like twice, but no.
Either way, but it was one where it's like I was thinking, it's like, okay, great, this is going to be so much fun, because it looks so badass, and just nope. I was hoping for something closer to the Pidgeot line, and I got the same crap that I had to deal with the Unpheasant line. Granted, I know Unpheasant came secondary, but the reason I'm relating it this way is because I played Black and White more recently than I had Gen 4. I'm actually replaying through Gen 4 now, as a matter of fact. And no, I did not catch a Starly for this very reason. But I relate the Staraptor line more to the Unpheasant line than the Pidgeot line, because it has a lot of the same issues. The only reason that it's higher up on the list is because with Unpheasant, appearance-wise, I wasn't really all that impressed. Staraptor looked really cool, so I was hoping that it was going to be a lot better than it was. Instead, I got meh. I got meh. with that's one of the ones where I kind of feel like I actually got ripped off in a weird sense. I was hoping for a lot more than what I got.
Number 11. This is one where I kind of felt I got ripped off. I'm not as much as some of the other ones coming up,
Oh yeah.
but my first time through Gen 2, I started with Totodile. No, I started with Chikorita, because I usually always start with the grass type. Played Silver first. Couldn't catch this dang thing until like near the end of the damn game, which is really retarded. But anyway, I got a Slugma. Slugma was actually good. I evolved it into Magcargo, on the other hand, and it just, okay, it's a fire rock. It sounds like you think, okay, that's an awesome combination. It's going to have the defense to go with that special attack. I just didn't see that out. Magcargo just, the best thing I had going for it, I think mine had Flame Body. Its accuracy, too, I thought seemed to drop.
I can't say.
It seemed
I actually
like when I raised it,
I've never raised one. I
thought its accuracy seemed to go down too, and if I remember correctly, I missed a lot of moves and situations where I could have won if I would have hit, but I lost. Yeah, my
You lost because you missed.
I wasn't hugely disappointed. I think the main reason was because of the typing. I think you're thinking Fire Rock is going to do really well, right? Its design is stupid. A fire snail. Come on!
At least it was unique, though. I mean, you do have to give it props for uniqueness on that one.
Yeah, but like I said, I think the main thing, Fire Rock combination is not good. I think that's a list that we're going to do probably next week. We might do another dual list. We're going to do our top 10 worst Pokemon type combinations. But yeah, Magcargo for me just was not good. I might try and raise one in one of his newer games to see if I liked it better, but when I remember, it was not good. Not good. Don't want to raise it again.
I haven't raised one, so it's not because I just haven't put in the effort to. I don't really know why.
I can't remember when it was. I think it was like 48 or something. It's really bad.
Oh jeez, in that case, I might just avoid it altogether.
Yeah, it's not
hate
fun.
that.
It's not fun.
Okay, number 10.
Ow.
Is not. Sorry, number 10 is not out. Number 10 is Dedenne. Now, when I first saw this, I'm thinking, oh. Okay, so it's an electric fairy. It's an electric fairy. I'm thinking, okay, this would be kind of cool because this way.
It's your rip-off.
Yep, it is actually. But I was thinking, it's like, okay, so this is going to be kind of interesting because I kind of like my electric types. It was the first time. I think it was actually my second playthrough because my first playthrough I used Sylveon. So my second playthrough, I decided, okay, I'm going to try Dedenne because that way I have an electric type and a fairy type all in one. And I had already raised Sylveon, so I had very, very, very high expectations. Dedenne did not meet them by any means. It learns 2 fairy moves. 2 fairy moves.
And one of them
what
is
the heck?
Doll, isn't it?
Well, that's the case, it might actually be 3.
Either
I
way.
think, okay, let's see, fairy attack moves. I think it learned Play Rough. I think that's the only actual fairy type attack move that it learns. I will actually have to go back and check. I'm pretty sure that is the only one. It's great. It's decent as an electric type, but as a fairy type, it is crap. I kept it. I actually kept it through the whole playthrough. I will say that much. It does have some things going for it, but for me, the main reason I was so disappointed is because it didn't learn any good fairy moves. It learned Play Rough. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember exactly. I'm definitely gonna go back and double check. I don't even think it could learn some of the better fairy moves via TM. I actually don't think that it was eligible to learn Dazzling Gleam.
I can't learn that. I can't learn Moonblast.
And I was like, why would you have a fairy type that can't learn any of the better fairy moves? That is probably one of my biggest pet peeves, and Dedenne made the list purely because of its moveset. I had high expectations because I had raised a Sylveon, and Sylveon is a boss. I love Sylveon.
I even want a Sylveon. I don't like fairies. I hate fairies.
He hates fairies, and he likes Sylveon. That says something
I think that's one of the worst. No offense, Game Freak.
No offense, Game Freak.
I know you're trying to balance. You wanted to give Dragon another weakness. And you're trying to balance the dark typing. I kind of get that. But come on, these fairies are lame.
Except for Sylveon. Sylveon's a boss. I love.
Ugh.
Yeah, but the fact that he likes Sylveon, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Dedenne, no comparison. It's, as I said, it's good as an electric type, but if you're gonna give it if you're going to give it a secondary type, please let it learn good moves from both types. Please, is that really so much to ask? I mean, that's that's something I almost kind of expect anymore. Dedenne, I'm sorry, you failed.
Yep.
Hard time. You
Big
failed
time.
big time on that, and
I won't
Yeah,
raise
just
one
no.
purely because it's cute. Now, I do have some cute Pokemon that I like. I'm gonna go check
yes,
my
top 10
cute
cute
Pokemon
list.
list. But for the most part, I stay away from cute Pokemon because they usually suck. Alright, number 9. Now back to my bugs here. Okay?
There's a lot of bugs on the list. We apologize.
Well, I like bug type.
I know, right?
Like I said, my first bug was Butterfree. I loved Butterfree. It was a butterfly, it had good status moves, it could learn psychic attacks. I think now it can learn Dark Pulse. Freaking awesome, okay?
Butterfree
So-
has set the standard for many of these bugs.
So, Gen 4 came around, I think I tried to play Platinum first, if I remember. Didn't we get those first? I think we got Platinums first and then Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, because I kept
Yeah.
recommending
Alright,
Platinum
so
as
we're
the best
playing
one.
so we're playing Platinum. I get to the forest, okay? I catch a Silcoon. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna have another fucking oops, excuse me. I'm gonna have another butterfly Pokemon. I'm gonna kick butt with this thing. Beautifly sucks.
Just
Its
ow.
design is decent. It looks like a female butterfly, which is what it's supposed to be. But the moves, its best move is Silver Wind, which it doesn't learn I think till like the upper 40s, if I remember correctly. It doesn't
something like
learn
that. I'll look
crap.
it up.
I think its two best moves, like I said, are Silver Wind and Confuse Ray. It doesn't learn shit. It's, Whirlwind I think is in there. Leech Life, Poison Sting, String Shot. It doesn't learn anything. It's bad.
And you compare it to Dustox, which is its male-looking
Dustox
counterpart.
is more like
Dustox is better than Beautifly.
yeah, it's more like Butterfree or Venomoth, where it can
Also
learn
Venomoth, actually.
more of your powder moves and Psybeam and Psywave and things like that. But
Beautify was lacking in the moveset.
anything. I was so disappointed. Oh my god, I think I got River right before the Elite Four, actually. I'm like, I can't take you any further. You're going away now. But yeah, like I said, I like my bug types. I'm a little weirder than some other people. I like my bugs. I like my grass types. I like my poison types. And Beautifly did not meet the bar for what I like in a bug type. Not even close. Not even close. The only reason it's even ahead of Mothim and Ledyon is because it has probably the better design. That's the only reason. But
Yep.
the moveset is
Looks.
so bad. So bad. So yeah, once again, if you like bug types, do not raise Beautifly.
Or do so at your own risk.
Yes.
Number 8 is Manectric. Now, this one I raised back when I was playing the original Sapphire on the Game Boy Advance. And I caught an Electric and I was thinking, okay, it's an it looked to me like a dog and a battery had a baby. I don't even want to think about the implications of that, but to me that's what it looked like. So I was thinking, okay, so it actually looks like it could be powerful. So I was kind of excited when I was raising my Electric and such. And I learned very quickly that my expectations had been set a little bit too high. Its defense was alright, its attack was alright, its speed was definitely its best stat. I remember, that's the one thing that I remember, is I actually did really like its speed stat. I evolved it into a Manectric, and I was thinking, okay, things are going to improve a little bit, might be able to hit a little bit harder, might be able to take a couple more hits. Nope. Big nope. I think I took it through one gym. What gym did I take it through?
Fine gym, maybe.
Yeah, Four Tree City Gym. I took it through there. Yeah, it got taken out pretty quick. I was very disappointed. An electric type gets beaten by a freaking bird. What is up with this? Manectric didn't even make it to the gym leader. What? You're an electric type. You're supposed to have the advantage here. Nope. He just got noped. He just got noped right into the floor. After that, he got noped again right into the box, and he stayed there.
Yeah.
And I also raised the one that I caught in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. For some reason, that one was better. I don't know why. That one was actually an improvement. And then when these new generations came out, once again in Alpha Sapphire, I was like, okay, I'll give it another shot because I had more memories of the XD Gale of Darkness version than I did of the original Sapphire version. So my expectations had risen, and once again, they were let down. Manectric for me was just a disappointment because it was alright as an Electrike, and it didn't, for me at least, it didn't really improve that much into a Manectric.
It's not much better.
And I was really disappointed.
Its Mega form is freaking retarded.
And I will say, I know what they were trying.
Dumb design.
I know what they were trying to do with it, but for me, it's so unappealing. It's just so unappealing.
It's stupid. That's what it is.
It was just too unappealing.
They should sell it to
I
the
couldn't
San Diego
handle it.
Chargers as a new mascot. That's what they should do.
Actually, that would probably be kind of cool.
But still, it's
Just saying, that actually might be kind of cool.
Its Mega form is so dumb.
Yeah, Manectric, I mean, if you really like electric types, sure, go for it, but, that it's just one that's not to our taste.
Magnezone, baby.
Yeah, Magnezone, on the other hand, we strongly recommend. Speaking of steel types.
This thing. Okay. I also like my steel type Pokemon, okay? It is probably one of the only Pokemon that I kind of judge on looks. Now, this thing doesn't look very good, but I was like, okay, playing Platinum, it's a steel type. Maybe I'll have some power to go with my team here. And for the exception of Metagross, I think Steel Psychic is not a very good typing, okay? I'm talking about Bronzong. Not only do you catch this stupid Bronzor that looks like a plate with a lot of...
Nubs.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay?
It looks like a hubcap to me.
It's freaking dumb looking, but getting it to level 33 so you can evolve it is one of the most painstaking things ever. It's worse than raising a dragon. I swear to God, this thing, Bronzor cannot stay alive. Oh my God. Being a steel type Bronzor has like 0 defense, I swear. Okay, it sucks. And then you finally get a Bronzong, level 33. It doesn't learn jack crap, and its defensive stat does not go up by very much. Alright? Bronzong just kept on dying and dying and dying. I finally got rid of it. I'm like, screw you! You're going in the box where you belong. I almost have to release the stupid thing. I was so disappointed. But Bronzong is not worth raising. I might give it another shot in these newer versions to see if they've made any improvements. But if you want one, if you go to play Platinum or whatever, do not raise a Bronzor. It's not worth it. And Bronzong sucked. Sucked. Oh, so disappointing.
Number 6 is Tyrunt. Yes, it is the pre-evolution, and the reason I put Tyrunt on the list is because this thing, I couldn't even get it to evolve into a Tyrantrum, and I tried 3 different times. This thing would not stay alive long enough to freaking level up.
I can't get mine to evolve either.
Well, you get this Pokemon at level 20. I got mine up to, I think, level 25. And it just, I couldn't keep doing it because I would send it out, I would swap it, I would actually try to swap it back. It's the rate that its growth is so ridiculously slow, it can't beat a dang thing.
I think part of it's a Rottai. Rottai's hard time. But still.
Well, and then you have the Rock Dragon, so you have 2 slow growers, so its growth is like extremely slow. But even then, it was like, oh my gosh, not only does it take forever to level up, it couldn't take a single freaking hit from dang near anything.
You can't really dish out anything.
Mine was a level 23. Didn't really have that great of a moveset either. That was another thing I had an issue with Tyrunt, is its moveset kind of sucked. I mean, granted, I only got it up 5 levels, but that should say something in and of itself. It got beaten by a level 19 Eevee. It was level 23. Okay, that much damage on the Eevee. Tyrunt.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Out of the fossil Pokemon,
oh my God.
Gen 6,
Yeah.
Aurora is so much
Amora
better.
to Aurorus. So much better. So much better.
And I don't like ice types very much either. I like Aurora. I think that
yeah,
ground ice type
Amora-
is freaking awesome.
Amora and Aurorus are worth it.
I loved it.
Tyrunt and Tyrantrum, they are not. If you actually, for those of you who actually stick it out long enough to actually evolve it into a Tyrantrum, good on you. I can't do it, and I'm not gonna try again. I've tried enough with this thing.
Yeah, I've only tried it once, and I won't do it again. I got mine to level 30, and mine now.
I couldn't even get mine to level 25, so you did better than I did.
Yeah,
It's just, no, it's
it was bad.
too disappointing.
Oh boy.
Now we're into the top 5.
Number 5. Yeah, these are our top 5. So things are gonna get really bad here.
In our opinion.
This
bad.
Pokemon. Okay, here's the thing that kind of pisses me off about this. Me and my best friend growing up, we got into Pokemon around the same time. When we were finally able to link battle together with the Tords and all that stuff, he used this thing on me and swept my whole team on multiple occasions. Well, I raised one, they suck. So I don't understand. Golduck. Alright? It's a psychic water type. I know its pre-evolution is stupid and retarded. But you finally get a Golduck. It stands on 2 feet. It's got claws. It's got a little psychic gem on its forehead. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna kick some people's asses with this thing. No.
Nope.
It doesn't work that. At least not for me. I've raced this Pokemon, I don't know, like 10 different times.
Always
and it's
the same result. Every single time.
It can't attack worth a crap. It's slow. Its defenses are very bad. Yeah, and like I said, I've been swept by this Pokemon when I was a kid. So, for me to raise one now, I'm like, what? How? How can I get swept by this thing in Pokemon Red and Blue, but now I raised one of some of the easier generations and I can't beat a damn thing? It's terrible. Terrible water Pokemon. I know Shady Penguin likes his Golducks. I can't stand it. So kudos to you, Shady, for liking your Golduck. I can't raise one. I don't enjoy raising one. I'm probably never going to raise one ever again.
Personally, I can't even get it. I can't even get past the Psyduck stage.
Yeah.
I haven't even tried
It's
to raise
it's
one.
disappointing. Definitely.
Oh, number 4. Number 4 almost brought me to tears by how disappointed I was with this thing. Number 4 is Archeops. Now, I love me some dinosaurs. I am like dinosaur crazy. It was actually a poster that I got Shadow Scream started on his dinosaur kick, which he is now officially on, which is actually really kind of cool. But I love dinosaurs. I have loved them for I don't even know how many years. Let's say about 20. Let's say about 20 years. I've absolutely loved my dinosaurs. So when I see a Pokemon that looks like it's gonna be a dinosaur or a relation thereof, I get all excited. So I saw Archon and I was like, "Ooh, it's a little, it's a Pokemon based on Archaeopteryx." I was like, "Yes, this is gonna be so cool." Freaking Defeatist, really? Really, Game Freak? I love you in general, but freaking dang it, really? You had to give one of the coolest looking fossil Pokemon, in my opinion, the freaking ability Defeatist. You get that thing below half health, which is not that hard to do, unfortunately, and then it just gives up, and it freaking dies every single time. Archon was meh. So I was hoping to God that Archeops was going to be better. It was not. One of the things that I was really, really disappointed in is that because it is a rock flying type, I was like, okay, so hopefully the weaknesses are going to balance. No, it's got all of the weaknesses of both and none of the strengths.
It's weak to water, it's weak to grass, it's weak to electric, it's
freaking
weak
everything.
to fighting.
Freaking everything.
It's bad.
Okay, and I raised both Archaeopteryx and Caracosta. Caracosta by far is the better of the two. For some strange reason, its rock actually seems to counterbalance the electric weakness. With Archeops, no go. Oh my god, I was so disappointed when I had to box this thing because I had been looking forward to raising a dinosaur-like Pokemon forever. I finally got one, and I was dang near in tears because I had to box it.
all the way through my black.
Oh my gosh.
All the way through. Okay, I kept that thing
up until Getsis.
No, I tried to tell N because freaking that stupid clink clang of his
Oh,
kept on
yeah.
third bolting it and knocking me out.
One hit, right?
Yeah, one hit.
One
boom.
hit. 6 levels higher. One hit.
Yeah. I busted my butt raising that damn thing because I thought the rock type we were good against Getsus. I couldn't even get
Nope.
to Getsus.
No, but I
When
was.
clean clean took it out. I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, and Archeops, I was almost in tears because of this. I had been so excited. I had such high hopes and freaking defeatist, man. Really?
What a
You
dumb-
had
what
to
a
make that an
dumb
ability?
Dumb ability.
Man, that was don't Game Freak, promise me, please, you will never do that again. Please. And give Archeops a better ability.
Number 3, or
least
my
more
number
option.
2, however you want to put it.
Number 3.
Okay, this thing was only disappointing mainly for the moveset purpose. Okay? I kind of understand what they were going for here. They wanted to make a sound-based Pokemon, but they didn't do a very good job. They got the look of it right. Exploud. Okay? But the moves you get with this thing
Me.
don't fit the Pokemon. Like, I think it does get Hyper Voice, but back in Gen 4, that move sucked. And I think it gets Uproar too, but once again, sucked. Because I think that's when Uproar first became a thing, was only with this Pokemon. The moves that go with this Pokemon, they just don't work. And it's this big, loud-looking beast of a purple monster. But the moveset doesn't do crap for this Pokemon, and it's really
Disappointing.
sad. Okay, because it's a badass looking normal type, but it can't kill you at all. Oh my god, this thing, I can't even remember I don't even remember how I got this thing to evolve, to tell you the truth. Okay? Because I do remember it fainted all the time, and when I did attack something, it didn't do any damage. I think the best move was Bite. Okay?
Yeah.
That's how sad Exploud is.
I've never
I
raised
got
one, so-
mine to level 40, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't take you on any further. I'm done. Yeah. Like I said, it didn't make me cry over it, but I was disappointed because the moveset did not match
The appearance.
of the Pokemon. So for me, it has to be my number 2. No.
Number 2, and for what would actually be my number 1. Number 2 is Hydreigon. Oh my god. This was such a disappointment. Because, okay, let me explain something here. This is a massive victim of NPC overpowered Pokemon issue. Okay, I took on Getsus and his Hydreigon before I ever raised my own. So, and his Hydreigon was a freaking sweeper. I mean, this thing had freaking incredible attack, special attack, defense, special defense, and oh my god, it outsped everything. And then, of course, its HP was freaking massive
Oh, and
as
plus
well.
also knows what Fire Blast, Surf,
Dark Pulse.
and Focus Blast.
Yeah. So this thing was like freaking massively overpowered, but and this thing swept me 6 times. I actually don't think. No, I beat Getsus once. I swear that was by freaking pure luck alone. I honestly have no clue how I did it.
Even
But
took down the legendaries.
yeah. And Hydreigon was his clutch. And it's like, for me, it was a dark dragon, so it's already 2 of my favorite types, so I'm thinking, okay, this thing's gonna be awesome. So I finally decided to catch a Dino in my next playthrough. Okay, so you catch it in Victory Road, so you're already super far behind, so you have to grind like crazy. It doesn't actually evolve into Zweilous until level...
40?
No, I think it was 50.
It's 48 and 54, isn't it?
No, I think it's 50 and 64. That was the thing that drove me nuts.
Oh, yeah.
50, I think
That's the
it's...
only Pokemon that evolves level 64.
Yeah, because it was 50. I think it was like at level 50 it evolved into Zweilous, and I was like, finally! And maybe it's only going to be another 10 levels, because that's for I think for most dragons it's about standard, give or
10 to
take,
15
about 10 to
levels
15.
the second and final.
Yeah, it was actually 14 levels, but still, it's just like, ugh. And Zweilous took for freaking ever. Oh my god, that thing was... I was actually already starting to get disappointed by this point, but I was like, okay, but it's going to be a Hydreigon. It's going to be worth it. And no, it wasn't. Level 64, And I took it up against Getsus again, thinking it's like, okay, so, maybe speed comparison, because mine was the same level as his. Actually, I think it might have been a level or two higher.
His is a level 60.
Yeah, so his is actually evolved prematurely, so to speak. They do that a lot, I've noticed.
Doesn't make any sense.
They do that a lot. It's actually kind of annoying
really
in a sense, because it, makes it, screws you up. But, my Hydreigon had to be, I want to say maybe 67 by this point.
I think we both did.
I had to go through going through the Elite Four.
Bring 4 and 6 levels higher than it is. I think we finally did it.
I think mine was at level 60. I want to say it was about 67.
I think mine was probably.
And he sent, it's like, Getz is going to send out Hydreigon. Will you switch? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna use my Hydreigon against yours. Thinking it's like, okay, is this, maybe we'll be comparison. I might actually get the speed. I might be able to outspeed him for one. Nope. He got the speed. Got me 3. I think I had like maybe 5-6 hit points left. I'm thinking, what? So I figure, my new, oh shoot, what was it? I remember it was a dragon move. So I used it, I don't remember what dragon move it was, so I'm sorry, I'll have to go back and see if I can look it up.
Pulse, probably.
It might have been. So I used it, and I was thinking, okay, so I'm higher level, I should be able to get it down at least halfway, it maybe not, nope, I didn't even get it a quarter of the way down. And I'm like, dead. That was it. That was the last of it. I have I don't care. The level difference, no, I couldn't.
No,
That one, I actually shed a tear. I'm
raising one in Oris. It's actually decent. You get a Hydreigon in Oris with a Life Orb, and it can dominate. But it's still, it's still disappointing.
Oh.
It's not. I mean, it's a dragon.
Dang it.
I'd still prefer a Haxorus.
Haxorus is
or
awesome.
Dragougie or Noivern over Hydreigon. It is improved with a Life Orb. It can sweep teams.
But
yeah, I did the same thing.
Nothing measures up to freaking Getsus.
Same thing. Second time I went through Black,
so disappointed.
I raised one because I actually bred one. Okay, I had one from level 1. I hatched it, and it still sucked. So, for whatever reason, Game Freak, you made Getsus Hydreigon way too strong. All right.
And you set our expectations so high, and we were so thrilled, and then it dropped the ball. I shed a tear for Hydreigon. That was the only. I think that's the only.
This one didn't make me shed a tear. I almost broke my DS over this one.
Oh, he was pissed.
This thing pissed me off.
And this is our number 1, and this is his. Overall, this is his number 1. But I've never raised this one, so I can't actually say too much on this one. I actually have to agree with him though on this. But his number 1 is
Golurk. Okay, Golurk.
Golurk.
We got the black and white book about a couple weeks before we got the games.
You mean the movies?
No, the book. Remember, we were looking through the Pokedex.
Oh yeah, the Pokedex and such. Because we were getting ready to get the book to get the games, so we actually got
the book first. So we kind of examined the Pokemon and said what we were going to deal with. I saw Golurk in that book, and I'm like, oh, it's sick. It's a ghost ground type. It actually looks like a mythological golem, which is freaking awesome. So it's huge. It's ground and ghost, which I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be an awesome combination. So I finally get one. Once again, it was the lowest level Pokemon on my team, which means it took forever to level up. Getting it to evolve, I don't think was that bad. If I remember correctly, getting Golett to evolve really was not that big of a challenge. But after that, it just seemed to take for freaking ever. I mean, you can learn a different mix of movesets here, but I thought its attack power was terrible. At least the special attack, anyway. Its defenses were non-existent. This thing, you'd hit it with another ghost move, or a water move, or a grass move, or a flying move, and you knock it out. It was terrible. I was so pissed. I'm taking this thing to Elite Four, and I had to go back over and over and over again just to get to the Elite Four, not to mention Getsus. I think I had to take on Getsus 12 times before I finally won. Okay? I was so pissed at Golurk, I almost broke my DS. I was so mad. I almost threw it down. I threw it down on the floor. I'm amazed it didn't break. I was so pissed.
Especially since I think that was the tile floor of the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
It was so disappointing. I have not tried to raise one since. I have actually I've heard in NU you can actually use it on an NU team, and supposedly it's really good. I think if you pair it with like Stolark, Wartortle, Swak, Tangela, Charizard, and Electabuzz. Supposedly it's a good member for that team, so I might need to try that. But yeah, I raised it once in black. I was so disappointed. I still haven't tried to raise one. Like I said, I might try it here again soon. But I was so disappointed. It broke my heart because it looks like it's gonna just crush you. It's a Golem for crying out loud, but it's dead all the time.
Yep, it was.
Yeah, it sucked. And its attack wasn't very good. It's slow. It just was not. It was not a good experience for me. So.
Yeah, and if a Pokemon is disappointing to the point where you nearly break your DS, that right there, that's automatic qualification for number one.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was our top 20 disappointing Pokemon. Please remember to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good, wonderful stuffs. Check out our Redbubble. I will leave a link in the description. And have a fantastic day and happy hunting.